Are you there, Aaron? My audio just went weird, so. Welcome to Club Steam Level 17. I believe Mr. Aaron Rivera is here to join us for the return of Club Steam.
Yeah? Can you not hear me?
I can.
Okay.
When I hit
We've been,
go, my whole audio system just drops for a second there, so it's really
well, we've
weird.
been having a lot of issues. I've been having a lot of issues on this side, so
Yeah. So, how goes it, Aaron?
it's going well. It's been a
So,
while.
are games coming out for PC still? That's a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
It's always a thing. It's the original.
That's a thing still?
It's
Yeah.
the original, and it's still going strong.
Yeah, excellent. We missed out on the big Star Wars Humble Bundle a while back. That was pretty
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Did you pick it up? Because you should have.
No, because I don't have a PC to run that
Yeah,
stuff.
but you could do what I did. Even when I didn't have a good PC for games, I still bought the humble bundles, and now I have them all.
I do love the Star Wars games, but I missed out.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a while for the show because my weird schedule
Life gets in the way,
mostly,
Life.
mostly. But now today I started my new schedule, so I get off at 5, and I have plenty of time.
Excellent.
Yeah. So we should go ahead and get started.
So where do we begin? Where would you like to
So
begin?
where I'd like to begin is kind of what I've been up to with my PC gaming.
Cool.
And so what I've been playing a lot is Dying Light. So Dying Light came out, and it's pretty cool. I don't know. Have you had a chance to try it out?
I have not. No.
Yeah, it's basically like parkour and zombies. So like Mirror's Edge.
This is out on Xbox as well, I believe.
Yeah, it is. So it's on Xbox and PlayStation, but yeah, I've been playing on my PC and it's pretty fun. But the only complaint I have about it is that it gets really old really fast. It's just the same thing. You just run around killing zombies.
Now, Jason had the complaint of during one of the early tutorials, you were forced to jump across a big ravine, and you couldn't really tell where the end of the board was because of the viewpoint. It's not third person; it's first person. So you couldn't tell underneath his feet how much further he had to run to before he jumped. Did you have that issue at all?
No,
Okay.
the only feedback I have to say about that is you just kind of have to. I mean, it's first person. You're just kind of supposed to feel your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of supposed to be aware of where the where the
I mean, when I'm
ground is.
walking in real life, first person, I can't tell when I'm about to jump off
Yes,
the
you
bridge.
can.
I'm pretty bad at that, yeah. So, do you think a VR setup of this game would be amazing, or would
I
that
think
be?
I think it would. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was just really repetitive. It was kind of the same thing, and that's the only complaint I had about it. Other than that, it's been pretty fun. Let's see. I've also been playing, of course, Final Fantasy 14.
Of course.
Yeah, that's my game. Let's see. Not really a whole lot else.
Okay.
There's been some things that have come out that I want to pick up that I haven't yet. Like the
Now
Resident
you
Evil
have a big
games,
backlog,
like the
right?
re-release.
You have a big
Oh,
backlog.
I have a huge backlog.
See,
Yeah.
I kind of decided to stop buying stuff until I'm ready for it.
Yeah,
Are
but
you
see,
at
that's
that
the
point
problem. Well, I feel like I should do that, but the problem is there's just so many games that kind of come before some of the backlog games. You're like, oh, I kind of want to play this one, but this new one just came out.
New and shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like a bunch of new games right now that I really want, and probably gonna end up getting them. But like the Resident Evil remake, so they came out with Resident Evil 1, like the HD remaster. I really want to play that one, but it's pretty scary.
It's a quick playthrough too, hypothetically.
Well,
4 hours.
oh, I don't know. Like if you can run through it without being scared.
I can't do that.
But
I can't play scary games, Aaron.
yeah, the way I play it is like it's real life. So I'll be like taking my time, like I'm gonna walk down this hallway slow, so nothing jumps out at me. And
You see my PT playthrough. I can't play scary games. I'm
Yeah.
sucked at this.
I think when I played through Resident Evil the first time, it was like 12 and a half hours was my time.
So that's like 2 orders.
Yeah, which is another one that I want to get.
You want to? So you're not deterred by the terrible gameplay
Nah.
mechanics.
What? No. It doesn't
I
look.
heard it was bad because of the gameplay, not the length.
No, I don't. I don't think so. I don't. What? I don't know. Maybe this is should probably be safe for the PlayStation.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't think there's anything bad about it. From what I've seen, I haven't played it, but from what
Okay.
I've seen, the controls look okay.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, that's about it. I don't know if we talked about upgrades that I've done right before our last show. I think that I upgraded to the 970.
I think you mentioned
And
something like that. Yeah.
yeah, and since then, so like one of the big things about the 970 cards was that they for the price, it was a really great deal because it's a 4 gig card that's comparable to, I mean, like the high end card, the 980s had the same 4 gigs of RAM. So everybody's like, this is awesome. That's a really good deal. Well, over the break, we had some news come up. You probably don't follow this, Tim, but
you
there
not?
was some news that some hardcore gamers, the super hardcore gamers, the ones that are always like clocking their speeds and everything and checking their system as they're playing, start noticing, hey, whenever I'm playing some really high end games, I start to notice if I'm getting close to like the 4 gig limit that I see a little bit of slowdown in the RAM. Like, what's going on there? So finally, Nvidia came out and they're like, okay, truth is, those 970s, even though they have four gigs of RAM, it's actually 3.5 gigs of the
Usable
faster
RAM.
RAM.
Yeah.
Well, you can still use it, but the last 500 megabytes is a like slower RAM.
That's
And-
messed up. That seems wrong.
Well, here's the thing. So like the reason for that is, as we all know, like, so for example, there was like the iPad chips. So they had like the A7. I think it was the A7. No, what was in the iPad 4th gen? Was that like the A6?
So the eight,
I think it was the A6.
A4, I don't know. I know
Okay,
iPhones.
anyway.
I know iPhones better.
So the same one that's in like the iPhone 5, like the A5. Is that the A5? Yeah, that's the A5 that's in the iPhone 5. Because they had the
A4 was iPhone
the
4.
Yeah,
4S was,
was the
The half
4X or the 4X? Was that what it was?
right,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. So anyway, like the A5s, basically with those, what they started doing is like the good chips they put into the phones and stuff. And the bad chips, like the ones that still work, but they have like one core that's not working, for example. It's like, okay, it's still a good chip, still works fine for what you may need it for. It's just not going to have like the dual core functionality. Let's put those into the Apple TVs. So they've been doing that ever since then. Where, like the Apple TVs work perfectly. They don't need to have like multiple cores. So
Not
it's
yet.
fine. Yeah, not yet. But that's what they've been doing. Well, like a lot of companies do that. So what they did with the RAM with these cards is you get the 3.5 that work perfectly. The ones that had the flawed last 500 megabytes, they put those in the 970 cards. So that's what's happening here, and people are all like real upset about it because they're like, "Well, you lied about the specs." True, they did lie about the specs.
It's a
They
graphics
didn't-
card. You're trying to push it, right?
Yeah. Well, so now they're like, okay, sorry, we lied about that. But the truth is, how many games like actually use the full 4 gigs of RAM? Well, at this point, there's no games that uses up 4 gigs of RAM. There is 3 games that actually come close to it that use like more than 3.5. And those would be like Crysis 3, Battlefield 4, and I can't remember what the other one was. But when you have those like max settings and everything, they use just over 3.5. So not many people are going to be able to notice that because not many people's computers can even run that anyway. And,
Well,
and that's with like
now.
4K. That's with 4K too. There's not many people are running 4K monitors right now playing games.
Only you are.
Well,
right?
so no, I don't have 4K.
Okay.
But yeah, so right now it's really not that big of a deal. I think that there's still like a really great deal because they're cheap and you still get the 4 gigs of RAM and the super powerful cards. And maybe about 4 or 5 years from now, yeah, everyone's gonna want to have a full four gigs of RAM. But
Yeah.
right now, it's really not that necessary.
So, any news as far as games you're looking forward to coming up?
Yeah, so that was the thing that I was wanting to get to. So, some of the games on my list. Let's see, I have them pulled up here.
Like, what's like? Okay, we're in like kind of a slow. Is this a slow period of the year? I don't even know at this point.
Well, kind of. I mean, there's a lot of big name games. There's not a whole lot of games coming
Right.
out. So, the ones that I'm looking forward to this year is oh, here we go. Pull up my list here. Grand Theft Auto 5. So the game's
You know,
old.
Aaron, on the PS4, you can
I know.
probably play this one.
Yeah, but it's going to be that version. But here's the difference though. We've
can
already
mod it.
start.
You can
We're
mod
start. Well, yeah, you can do mods. Plus, we're starting to see some screenshots of it, and it does look way better than the PS4
Of course
and the
it
Xbox
does. Of
version.
course it does. I mean, wait a
So,
minute.
yeah. Another one I'm super excited for is Assassin's Creed Victory. Now, I know that Assassin's Creed Unity.
They have the cycle that every other is good, right? Black Flag was good, so this one's gonna be good.
Well,
But,
I don't know. It used to be every game was good.
Oh, they
towards-
can't keep
towards the
that up.
beginning.
They suck now. Come on.
But yeah, this Assassin's Creed Victory looks really good because what I'm looking forward to is it tells the story of like a person that breaks free from the League of Assassins or whatever they're. You know, he like breaks out and he decides to, well, like from what I can tell, maybe he aligns with the Templars. I don't know. It looks pretty interesting.
So, have they released any information outside of that?
Yeah, so apparently it takes place in London, Victorian London. And
Is
let's
this with the
see.
guards? You have the red guards you can mess around with in this game?
I don't know, maybe. But apparently this one's tied to Black Flag somehow. So
That's
yeah.
smart, because that game is good.
Yeah. Let's see what else I'm looking forward to. Ooh, Batman: Arkham Knight. So this is gonna be the final one in the Arkham Knight series.
I haven't really played any of
Um,
those games.
What?
Probably should. Probably
You ever
should.
played like?
I have it on
Yeah, I
Wii U.
can't believe that.
Arkham City.
Yeah, you get
I got
Arkham
I got
City.
stuck though. I got stuck. I couldn't go on. You know.
Oh, what? How do you get stuck?
I just couldn't figure out how to go on.
I don't know how you get stuck in all of these games. Let's see. We have Metal Gear Solid 5. So I've never really got into any of those games. But I've watched a lot of people play them, and they look really good. And I've heard a lot of good things about this game, so I think I'm going to give it a try.
Okay.
Also, Mortal Kombat.
That's soon, right? I feel
Yeah,
like really
it's
soon.
pretty soon. I don't know the exact date, but it looks really good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. What else do we got here? Project Cars. We're still waiting on that.
Yeah, we are.
We were supposed to get it last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's probably
Didn't
good
we-
it got delayed because like we had so many car games last year.
wasn't it even supposed to be like 2013 too? Like it just keeps getting
I
pushed.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Probably.
sure. Rise of the Tomb Raider. This one looks awesome. So
Does Xbox exclusive, right?
no, this isn't an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
It's like everything.
No. Not
What?
at launch, at least.
Okay, maybe not a lot. I haven't heard of anything exclusive.
Like for 6 months, it's gonna be exclusive for a while.
Oh, okay. Not a big deal. I got other games to play in between.
Oh, that's right, because your Xbox list down. Look at you.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at you.
I am.
You and your silly.
It's
PS4.
probably going to be that way for a while because not really.
I love just like saying Xbox on and it turns on. It's great.
Yeah.
It didn't turn
It's
on all the
alright.
time, but you know, I'm thankful.
Let's see. What else do we have here? That's about it. That's about it on that end. Everything else is going to be on other consoles. That's what I'm looking forward to on PC the most. There's one more game that's going to be coming out, Fable Legends. So we heard about Fable Legends.
It's a 4v1 game, right?
Yeah. Kind of like Evolve, kind of how they're doing.
And Mario Party 10. Don't forget that one. You know.
Yeah. So we're kind of, but that's kind of what like Mario Party's been doing for a long
It
time.
hasn't been a 4v1 like
Well, they had
the
like
whole.
some games like that were like for you.
They had some, but this is like you're Bowser wreaking havoc for the other four people the whole game,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Kind of like with Fable, you're like you're the god of the world wreaking havoc for them.
yeah. You're just kind of creating things as they go throughout the level to try to stop the four players. But here's the thing I find really interesting about it. I don't know if you heard, but it's going to be free to play. Yeah,
That'll be
so
cool.
yeah, so this game is exclusive to Windows 10 and Xbox One, apparently. And it will
You
be
will
free
have
to.
Windows 10, right?
Yes, I will. And it's going to be free to play, and it's going to let basically every 2 weeks, you're gonna have a set of four heroes, and you're gonna have one. It's like a bad guy, like a monster or whatever. And during that 4 weeks, you can level up those characters, or 2 weeks, you can level up those characters, and then you can choose to purchase that character that you have worked on over the past 2 weeks using silver, which you can get by playing the game, or using real money. And then you get to keep that person.
Is
But at the
this
end of the
cross-play? Or, I can play against you?
I don't know.
Windows?
Yeah, I don't know about
So
that.
they're doing
yet.
that, I think.
Yeah, so hopefully it will be. But after that 2 weeks, yeah, you can permanently unlock that person with your silver, or you can buy them with real money. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and then also you can, if you're playing as like a bad guy, you can use your silver or real money to buy more creatures that you can throw in to the game.
What do you think you'll be playing more as?
Probably the heroes, not
Okay.
the villain. Yeah. I don't really like playing the villain. Like I always like teaming up with people and playing against someone. So yeah. So it sounds pretty fun. I'm worried about how much. Like, is it going to be a game that you can realistically play free to play? You know, just play it, or is it going to get to where the first week it's fine, and then if you get into the game after that, it sucks because everybody else is spending real money, or because everyone's way too far ahead of you and you haven't put in the time and you feel like you just can't do anything.
Yeah, it's a tough balance to
Yeah.
strike.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it works. But yeah, that sounds interesting. Especially when I found that news today, I was like, that's interesting.
Are you eligible for free Windows 10 upgrade?
I don't know. I don't know about that because they haven't really said what what's the qualifications. So I don't know. Like it could be that you had to have purchased a computer that came pre-installed with Windows 8.1 or something like that. We don't know. So we'll see. We'll see as it gets closer to that. I was really thinking about trying out like a Windows 10 preview, but I was like, nah, I don't really want to have to deal with any issues right now.
Yeah, that's a virtual machine type thing. You could probably throw it on.
Yeah. Some other big news we got here is the FCC approves net neutrality.
That's
Well,
rather
that's-
awesome news.
I know that's probably the biggest news of the year so far. Yeah, it's like an awesome thing. Basically, for those that don't know about what net neutrality is, basically service providers were wanting they don't want net neutrality because for them it means more money. So like Verizon and Cox Communication, who I have, or Comcast that you have, they want to be able to charge things like Netflix, for example, to have more bandwidth so that their users can go to their site. And if they don't pay them whatever they want, then they can throttle their speed so that way it makes it harder for the consumer to watch videos, for example. And now
And it's very dicey with Comcast because they own NBC and other entertainment companies.
yeah. So anyway, it's a good thing for everyone. It's a good thing because it's going to keep costs low, and it'll keep us being able to go to the sites that you want to see without people. Like what I think is it was bordering on kind of like a censorship thing, because if those companies don't want you to read anything bad about themselves, then they'll just like throttle the sites that they don't want you to read like about them. So if you if you say anything bad about your service provider, it's like, oh well, we're not going to go let you read this article now because so yeah, it's good. It's good that went through. So nice job, FCC. Here's the only complaint I have about that: the FCC waited years for this to go through. Like they should have put their foot down like 5 years ago and just said no, this isn't going to happen. Because during this time when they're trying to make up their mind, Netflix spent millions of dollars paying companies like Comcast and stuff to let
They sure did.
us watch their videos. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I've heard some talk that apparently like Comcast is going to have to pay Netflix back for that money.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
That Netflix would be so happy.
yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, it's a good payday for them.
And yeah, you remember how like Verizon was doing that thing? Like Verizon and Netflix were going at it for a while. Because basically Verizon was slowing people down. They tried to say that they
Yeah.
were, but they were. All right, what else we got here? I got a couple more topics. So I found this interesting article on PCGamer.com, and it talks about PC's most stressful games. So I thought it was interesting.
Like
because-
hardware-intensive games.
No, like stressful on you, like the player.
Oh, like PT?
Yeah. So like, have you played any games like besides PT, where you're like playing
Alien
and it's
Isolation?
like, yeah, you're like thinking about stuff and it actually becomes like stressful. You're like, oh man, what should
Zombie
I do in this
U?
situation?
Basically horror games, Aaron, if you catch my gist.
Yeah, most of these are going to be horror games.
Puzzle games can do it too.
Yeah. Or really story driven games. So, one of the games that they have on here is the Walking Dead series by Telltale Games.
Huh.
Because you have to make like choices throughout the game, and the choices that you make will impact you all the way throughout the game.
Is The Walking Dead just a series of choices? Is there actual gameplay outside of like choose your own adventure?
There's a little bit of gameplay. It's mostly choices and conversations where you make choices on what to say, but there's also portions where you have to walk around and choose to interact with things and people, and there's some scenes where you actually have to kill zombies, but it's not really a whole lot. It's kind of like you're stuck and you're in the first person view and you have a weapon and you got to point it in this area and click. It's not a whole lot, but
Okay.
yeah, for those situations you can shoot like. It's still a choice because it's like if I don't shoot this person, if you wait long enough, then it'll be like, oh, I knew you weren't gonna kill me or something like that, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah. The next one up, Dark Souls. Everybody's heard about this game.
Oh yes.
Super hard, stressful. I'm assuming this. See, I've never played it. I have a friend that's playing through it now, and from what I can tell, it's stressful because when you die, you lose all your experience and you got to start over from from your last checkpoint. So
I thought that game you were able to pick up your items as long as you don't die again, and within the same time.
yeah, I think there is like a time. Yeah, I don't really know how it all works, but yeah. Another game is Amnesia: The Dark Descent. So I actually own this game. Yeah, it's not a really popular game. It more has like a cult following, but it looks really good. So basically, the reason why they're saying this is stressful is because apparently you have a lamp that you carry around with you, and it has like oil, and the oil will actually like run out, and then you won't have light, and then your character has like a sanity meter. So as you are in the darkness more, apparently, then he starts to lose his sanity, and it makes the game crazy. So it actually is trying to stress you out as you play through. Another one is Ikaruga, which is one that I've talked about. It's like a shooter. It's like a vertical shooter, you know, like where you're in a plane, and it's more like an arcade style game, which is pretty cool. See, Minecraft made the list. Minecraft.
How? That's the most peaceful game in the world.
Well, because
the way I play it, I mean.
well, because of you spend so much time making something, and then a creeper blows it up.
See, that's why you play on peaceful mode, Aaron, like I do. Because that game is a horror game if you treat it poorly.
But there's some other games on there. Call of Duty made it. On the list. I think it's pretty interesting to go check it out. To go take a look at that. Oh yeah, Alien Isolation made the list.
As it should have. That game is intense.
Just go check it out because they actually give like descriptions of why it's stressful, and I think it's it's interesting to see because some of the games that are on the list, you're playing them, you may not think that it's stressful, but then when you think about it, you're like, hey, that was stressful. Why are you doing this to me, game creators? Um, let's see. We're getting close to the end here, but I still got a couple topics I might save until next week. Um, the final thing that we'll talk about here is Valve and HTC. Have you heard of this? So Valve and HTC partners up to make this virtual reality headset, and they're calling it Vive, and it is supposed to come out. I think I remember saying it's supposed to come out this year. But yeah, apparently it's going to have two 1200 by 1080 displays. They're going to run at 90 frames per second. And apparently it's supposed to fill your vision in all directions. And one of the things that they're trying to boast about this is it's going to eliminate the like a jitter that comes with some other virtual reality headsets, because the displays fill up your entire field of vision. And yeah, it apparently is going to have a gyro sensor, accelerometer, laser position sensor, and then they're using something called Steam VR Base Station that apparently is supposed to allow you to control your avatar's movement by physically walking around your room. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Wild.
Yeah, so we always talked about like virtual reality, or at least I did, like virtual reality games. It's like, yeah, you're moving around, but you're just using a stick. Well, it's like now you may actually be able to walk around inside a world.
That's without hitting things in front of a wall.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have like either a large area, or they're gonna have to have it to where
It's
it's
kind of nice, like Wii Fit Balance Board type thing. You're walking, and I don't know.
yeah,
And then I know Morpheus says at least different controller on each hand. That's motion too, so you could potentially be like doing stuff there.
yeah. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Hopefully, oh yeah, it is planned. The consumer version is planned to release this year. So hopefully we'll get some more information soon. They even have like a video out. You go check it out on YouTube. Just look up HTC Vive and watch a video all about it. And I think that's about it. I have a lot more stuff, but this was a quick impromptu show because Tim didn't know we were coming back this week. Neither did I.
I did not, no.
I was just like, yeah.
And we would have 10 more minutes if your computer wasn't acting up too.
I know, yeah, it's true. My computer's acting up, so thanks a lot, Windows.
Suck you, Windows.
Yeah, but we'll be back next week. I'm excited because I've been missing my company, so.
Well, awesome. So you have like normal hours now.
I have semi-normal hours, so
Yeah.
I work Thursday through Sunday from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay, that's not normal hours, but at least it's evening hours are open again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Aaron can be found at A.L. Rivera 423.
423. A.L. Rivera 423.
Cool. And that's your Steam handle as well, right?
That's everything.
That's everything. Cool.
Yep.
My handle's TCHATEN. Check out youtube.com/tchaden for the video version of the show. And we'll be back next time for level 18. Bye.
See ya.